As you know, the Met Gala literally just happened a couple weeks ago by the time you're seeing this, and everyone cares about fashion again. And because of that, people are trying to find their personal style. So here's my guide for you of how to find your personal style, skip the awkward phase, and make sure you actually love it. Oh, and hi, I'm Mikey Ravi. The fashion major takes everything I learn and makes it make sense for you. That way you can wear the clothes that you love and love the clothes that you wear. And I hate long intros, so let's just get into it. First things first, there is no such thing as originality. Fashion in general exists on about a 20-year cycle, meaning certain trends and styles and favorite items will come back within that time frame. One of my personal favorites is skinny jeans. I say that as someone who hates wearing them, but looking at them, fave. Back in the early 2000s, people were wearing like Britney Spears low-rise skinnies. Now we focus more on like a higher or mid-waist. Like there's a bit of a like millennial Gen Z argument about that on TikTok right now, and it's so funny. But it's literally the same garment, we're just changing where the waistline is. People always try to act like they're reinventing the wheel when it comes to fashion, but it's literally impossible. Everything already exists, and that's a good thing. It makes it easier to find things that you like. Like, it is so easy, you literally just have to do research. And to make things even easier, I'll give you a couple examples. If you want something more modern and mainstream like ballet core or quiet luxury or things of that nature, you can literally just look at social media because that's what's trending right now. If you want something more alternative, like emo, alt, whatever, then you could look at 80s horror films or thrillers or literally anything with a rock band or Elvira involved. And if you want something vintage, like actual vintage, not like retro, which is just modern things being made in vintage style. I'm talking like actual vintage stuff that's actually from earlier time periods. Literally just look at like 70s magazines. They're on the Internet Archive. And probably your public library. Support your public library. And if you want something like whimsical or like princessy, you can look at Rococo paintings from France or concept art for anything fantasy or fairy tale adjacent. And the list goes on and on and on and on. If you want a strong aesthetic, you're going to need incredibly strong reference points to base it off of. And feel free to mix and match between them as well, because one of my favorite examples is Lolita fashion, where there are so many different like flavors of Lolita fashion that they're all so different, but they all count under that umbrella. For example, this and this are both Lolita. They're the same thing. They just have two completely different vibes. And you could absolutely do that in your own wardrobe. And once you have all of your inspo together, I recommend doing like a Pinterest board, or you could do like a physical mood board on poster paper with magazine cutouts, or like things from a printer. So fun. Literally, grab your friends, make a night out of it. It's so fun. But once you have all of that together, you need to get away from the trend cycle. I know it has a chokehold on us. Let it go. Let it go, babes. It does not serve you at all. So, quick little fashion history lesson and insight on how the industry works. Generally speaking, standard fashion has 4 seasons: fall, winter, spring, summer. And if you think about like New York Fashion Week, there's 2 New York Fashion Weeks a year. And one of them is for fall, winter, the other one is for spring, summer. That's how it's worked for ever until when I was in like middle school and Shein became popular. Because Shein is an online retailer and they work with a zillion different factories and manufacturers. They were able to create these things called micro seasons, which has completely fed our obsession with consumerism in the West. But micro seasons are a season's worth of clothes. So fall, winter, spring, summer. Like we'll take fall. A season's worth of clothes put out on micro scale, micro timing. So again, generally fashion has 4 seasons a year. Shein does a new season every week. Every week. And we wonder why the landfills are full of textile waste. Oh my god. And because of these micro seasons, it creates a trend cycle that is so quick. Again, literally a new drop every single week. You can't keep up with that. No normal person can keep up with that, and you shouldn't try to, because 1, it's horrible for the environment, 2, it's horrible for your pocketbook, and 3, you don't want that many clothes in your closet. You really don't. Like, you're not gonna wear it. Like, you have one body. There are 365 days in a year, and I guarantee you will outfit repeat. You should be outfit repeating. Yeah, no, the whole micro season thing makes me very rationally angry, so I'm just gonna move on before I go into a tailspin. So, should you buy fast fashion? I'm not here to tell you whether you should or should not. We're in the middle of a recession. do what you gotta do. Save your money. I'm all for that. But when you go shopping, you need to have some considerations. One, will it fit the style that you're going for, or is it versatile enough to work between styles that you want to work with? And two, are you actually gonna wear it? Are you actually going to wear it? Here's the thing, I love suits. Personally, I love wearing a suit. Like, Express has my heart for like intro to business fashion, but I can't stand lining. So I bought one suit last year, and I might buy one suit this year for an event I have in New York later on this year. But I'm not gonna sit here and just keep buying suits, knowing how picky I am about my suits, and knowing that even though they do fit in my aesthetic, it's not necessarily gonna be something that's in my frequent rotation. That's why I only have one of them currently. And that brings me to my next point, which is you need to do an audit of your closet. Like, you need to go through and decide if what you have currently fits the vision or not. And I guarantee some of it is versatile enough to get you through that in-between period of, oh, I want to change my style, to, ooh, I have style in it. You need to shop your closet. And whatever doesn't fit the vision, you need to either sell it on Poshmark or Depop or eBay or whatever else, or you need to donate it. And consider where you're actually donating it. You can also give it to a consignment store because I'll pay you. But I guarantee you will have something to wear before you actually need to go shopping. So now that you've made the conscious decision to step away from the trend cycle as we know it, you need to go shopping. Fun, wonderful. And the thing is, your aesthetic will dictate where you shop. So fast fashion and social media and Amazon have completely ruined our perception on how a lot of brands actively work in current society. So here are 3 hard truths that I hate that I have to tell you, but it's for your own good, so I'm going to share. 1, some brands are prejudiced and will not cater to anyone who is not their target demographic. And for some of these brands, that tends to be a white girl that's kind of skinny and about 5'6" in height. Like, standard run-of-the-mill American or European model. And I don't know about y'all, I'm not that. And most people are not that. So keep that in mind. Some brands aren't keeping you in mind. Number 2, sizing between brands is not universal even if they are using the same sizing metrics. Meaning like small, medium, large, alpha sizing, or numeric sizing like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. For the most part, every brand is going to have a fit model. And a fit model is somebody whose job it is to stay within certain measurements. That way they can be the spokesperson, we'll say, for that brand's specific size. So if someone gets hired to be the fit model for size 2 at Hollister, they stay within those parameters. That way the size 2 is consistent. And they have a different one for every size. And every brand uses different fit models. They hire their own. So a size 2 at one store could be like a size 8 at another store. And that even goes if you're making your own clothes, like if you're purchasing a pattern. I just sewed a shirt last semester and the pattern said size 16, but I will call it an 8. That shirt was not well sized. Like, the grading on that pattern was horrible. But moving on. Number 3, there is a chance, a very decent chance, that you will walk into a store, see nothing that fits your vision or fits you, and you will walk right back out. And that is what you're supposed to do. You're going to walk right back out. Because here's the thing, if the brand's not catering to you as the consumer, you don't need to be spending your money there. End of story. Right now, the huge trend is quiet luxury. So that is what a lot of fast fashion brands will be carrying in addition to their seasonal pillars. So if that's not what you're looking for, you might not be able, / you probably should not be shopping fast fashion because you're looking for something more diverse than that. The thing is, there are brands that do make what you're looking for. I promise. There are brands for literally everything under the sun. You just have to find them. That begs the question, kind of, should you be shopping online or in person? And to an extent, the answer is both. Basics and base layers are incredibly easy to find in person because they aren't specialty items. So you could literally just walk into a Walmart. Don't walk into a Walmart, they're racist. You could walk into a Primark and find a t-shirt. You don't have to go specifically to a brand for a basic white t-shirt. If you're looking for vintage pieces, you're probably going to have to thrift, and you can do that either online or in person, but you have to keep in mind that different thrift stores cater to different aesthetics. Like a consignment store is going to have more luxury brands. A Goodwill is going to have stuff that's more mainstream. Like right now they're dealing with a huge influx of stuff from Amazon and Shein. Like it's honestly kind of ridiculous. Like people buy too much stuff from there. They just give it to Goodwill because they don't want to wear it. But literally, if you're not looking for like the trendy, common pieces, you should not be going to a Goodwill. Like you're going to have to research which thrift stores sell what kinds of clothes. You're gonna have to go in and like look around or shop the website for a bit and decide whether or not what they have is going to suit your needs. And finally, if you're looking for extended sizing, you are probably going to have to go online because brick and mortar stores are just absolutely terrible about keeping extended sizes in any direction, like be it extra, extra, extra small or like extra, extra, extra large, like either end of that spectrum. They are terrible about keeping those sizes stocked in person, and they claim it's because it's more expensive, and to an extent it is. It's more things to ship and it costs more to manufacture more sizes, but for these huge corporations, that is not an excuse. They have like millions and billions of dollars. That's more of an excuse for indie brands, and even still, I've seen indie brands that specifically cater to extended sizes on one of either sides of the extreme. So go to the indie brands first before you start looking online for these other brands. But the indie brands will probably be online, so check there first. So you're a little bit further in your journey and you're kind of established and you've purchased some things. Now what? Now you learn styling, and this is how you avoid the awkward phase. The awkward phase, TM, is a point in time where you wear objectively good pieces, but the outfit together looks so ridiculous to the point of insecurity. And people are so horrible about the awkward phase, but I mean, we were all middle schoolers once, we were all new at fashion at one point, and I knew people should be nicer about it, but they tend not to be, so I'm gonna try to get you to just skip over it and avoid the embarrassment. And to do that, we're gonna talk about my styling pillars that I did not mention in my other styling video. First, an outfit consists of a top, bottoms, shoes, and accessories. A dress is considered a top or a bottom, and I feel that you should add either a top or a bottom in addition to the dress. Usually it'll be like a piece of outerwear, like so it'll be a top rather than a bottom, but I've been seeing a lot of like mini dresses with pants underneath. So cute, so cute, please keep doing it. And doing so creates a layer in clothing, and one of the easiest ways to look stylish is to have a bunch of layers. But if you don't have a crazy amount of clothing to do a crazy amount of layers without feeling like your outfit repeating, even though it doesn't matter if your outfit repeat, no one cares that much, and if they do, they need to find something better to do with their time. If you don't have enough clothes for that, you can just focus on mixing patterns and prints with solids. Or you could also focus on mixing textures, because that visual difference adds layers to your outfit. Number 2, your outfit should have at least 5 accessories, and your hair, your makeup, and your nails all count as accessories. So that's 3 of them. And if you don't have one of them, it's fine, just add more. And real quick, Black ladies, I see you. I see your struggle, I understand. You need to decolonize your relationship with fashion. You do not need to tame your hair if you do not want to make it go with your outfit. Your natural hair goes with your outfit if you want it to. Your outfit is not wrong because you have curly hair and the girl you saw on Pinterest has straight hair. You are still correct. You just look different. Everyone looks different. I promise it's okay. Like, you don't need permission, but you have permission to let that part go. And just do your hair however you please. Like literally, you can wear the puff or the fro or the braids or the relax or whatever you want. And this goes for everybody. Your hair is an accessory, and therefore you should be wearing it however you want to. And once you get comfortable with that creativity and ingenuity within your hair, you're gonna have a lot more fun with it. Signed, someone who chopped all his hair off, but continuing. I named 3 accessories just now, but they are not mandatory. You could skip 1 or 2 or whatever. And the thing is, there are plenty of other things you can put on: necklaces, neckties, earrings, brooches. Bring back brooches. Y'all, please bring back brooches. They are so fun. I want to see more brooches. And also, men need to start wearing purses again. Y'all invented them. Y'all should be wearing them, cis hetero men. You guys deserve to have somewhere to put your things that actually goes with your outfit and isn't just a clunky book bag. That's for the lesbians. Oh my god, am I gonna cut that? Am I gonna cut that? No. I'm not gonna do that, that's funny. And number 3, you have to start learning how to wear clothes incorrectly and start upcycling, if possible. And by that, I mean you have to stop looking at clothing as a strict construction. Because guess what? It's literally just fabric. Did you know that? Like, you could take it apart, you could sew it back together. Have you seen that guy that turns curtains and tablecloths into pants? Literally, you could do whatever you want. I turned a sweater into a crop top a couple months ago. Like, you have options. Like, you have to start seeing the potential in an item. People like to act like fashion is some like secret society that nobody can get into. And obviously there are some barriers, but it's a lot simpler once it's all laid out. So I hope you got value out of this entire conversation. But it really is that simple. Like, it's a social science and it's going to make you happier. If I didn't have fashion, I'd probably be way more boring and miserable than I actually am currently. Like my life would kind of suck. It would be less colorful. I say that in all black but it'd be less fun. And who wants to be less fun? And honestly, if you've gotten to this point in the video, thank you for watching. But also, you're probably feeling a little bit of what I'm saying. You care, and that's a neutral thing. But if you care, consider going through the steps and finding your style. Like, literally, choose joy. Thanks so much for watching. Stay gorgeous, gorgeous. Bye.